essence of becoming a monarch is to have the big mountains and unrelenting willpower.
Time to go to work.
Illusion shattered!
Now you're testing my patience.
Justice is blindsided. Bow your head.
Heartless.
We'll meet again. Behold!
There is no escape!
Silence!
No escape! Shine down!
Quit following me. Pay your dues.
Swan Fury.
Illusion shattered. Go, go, there.
Too slow.
Prepare yourself. Leaving so soon. No escape.
Shine down.
Can't run from death.
Behold! Search for it! Too slow. Quit following me. Too slow. Everything was futile.
Ugh, so tired. We've probably gone far enough now, right? Yay. Let's rest for a little while before we go back to find Sino. It's probably about time for us to head back to the auction. Let's go. Maybe Sino's finally found some... So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? Alright, now climb on everything you know!
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. Rather, I laid low and observed for a while instead. He is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more important dealers here. Am I right?
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, Sino. If I had any idea you were still around, I wouldn't have gotten so greedy.
Huh? Greedy? What do you mean by that?
Once everyone knew you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once. Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to...
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct? Will you tell us willingly?
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps if we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with...
All right. Where do you sit?
How about my home in Aru Village? It should be safe there.
Fine. Let's head out.
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us!
Come on now. Do you really think I'd try to pull anything under Sino's watch? Seriously, what can I even do?
Dad, you're back! Oh, we have guests?
This is my daughter, Semin. She can be a little shy of strangers. Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to talk with our guests.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows Sino in our business, but let me ask, who are you two?
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler!
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see Sino, the lone operator, working with any partners. When I saw the tracker start, but even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to...
Why's that?
Everything from the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits. Everyone will try their best to defend this industry that we've worked to build. It will be a long and difficult fight. And even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might even feel remorse. Why are you...
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests.
Don't mention it. And I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Didn't you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits?
Actually, that's what... My daughter was born with a chronic disease. so she has a relatively weak heart and lungs. Even slightly that's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her room most of the time. As for me, I was just an average merchant. I would wake up early and travel all around to make a profit. Until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to...
Selling canned knowledge.
That's right. With all the mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. Nothing made me happier than seeing her get better. There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable... I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent...
I must get to the truth. I can find someone to help treat your child. But I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggling. These are two...
I somehow knew you would say that. But having your word to help my daughter is enough for me. Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you should have a look around the back of my home. You'll find some goods I received just recently. I think everything will become clear to you once you see them.
Whoa.
Yes. All neatly packed away and organized in boxes. To think that this is only one dealer's worth. Small producers could impossibly support such a large quantity of goods. Could the academia have a hand in this? But such a volume of goods wouldn't be able to slip through inspection.
Huh? Look! These seem different from the other...
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this? Yes, it's a Matra seal, indicating that the goods have passed Matra I started to suspect that someone in the academia might be involved when I found the tracker earlier. The pieces have now all fallen into place. With this Matra seal, goods can leave the... No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is behind. Could I ask you for a favor, Traveler? Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely if we can enter the repository, we can find out who accessed the... But, considering you'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a...
Sure thing! Leave it to us!
I'll also keep working here in the meantime. Although our leads are all... We can get more information on other dealers from Bahari. I'll stay here and make some prep.
Hello, we meet again. Have you managed to find Sino? If so, how's he doing? I read the letter and must admit that I hadn't expected things to be so serious.
It's alright. We wanted to help Sino too.
I can tell that he really trusts you. Even I don't usually have authorization to enter. But with this letter from Sino, that's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive when it comes to research. However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step, but some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Follow me, I'll show you. Hopefully we'll...
Restricted repository.
Okay, I understand. Since Sino is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions. But I'd suggest avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real secret. Sino happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files are over there. Just make it quick.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet? Huh, it reminds Paimon of Sino's former partner.
His former partner? That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Mortada Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew—
No. You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty, and has made countless achievements. His reputation goes back a long way now. He used to be Sino's only partner. Taj is also skilled with the polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Sino mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Mortada.
Taj was already very well known by the time so when Mortada came to study at the academia, everyone had high expectations of him. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Mortada was caught studying the Court of Desolation. Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree. Shortly after, Mortada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken— Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be really—
That's awful. Paimon feels terrible now. Are you okay, Traveler?
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now. Impossible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research. But this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so...
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life, though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Matra to find the truth and track down criminals. Do you have any questions? If not...
Paimon's kinda confused.
Oh, now that I think about it, Sino suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the academia, right? There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the academia and see what we can find. Don't worry, Tosh. I won't let your reputation be tarnished.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else? Quit following me.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day, everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask someone else.
Too slow.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't...
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
Impossible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever... No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire, but Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
No way. Taj is just like Sino. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There is no way that he would... Fine. Looks like there's no other choice.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.